Behind me is the Western Wall. In the excavations beneath Wilson's Arch, we have exposed 8 courses of one of the most important walls in the history of Jerusalem, stones that haven't seen light for 1700 years.
עם ישראל התרפק תמיד על אבני הקודש, ואנחנו ברוך השם זכינו למה שדורות לפנינו לא זכו, לחשוף עוד אבנים קדושות מאבני הכותל המערבי. אבנים שעיני התפילות נשואות עליהם.
I feel it's a great privilege to have the opportunity to excavate in this place. As the excavation went along, we saw the different stages of Jerusalem, which represent the different stages of the history of the city. It's very exciting.
We're here beneath Wilson's Arch. A large arch which supported a bridge connecting between the city to the west and the Temple Mount to the east. One of the major questions is, when was this arch that we see today, when was it built? We don't have a good answer for that yet from the excavations. What we do have is something that we didn't expect whatsoever.
We know from historical sources that there was a theater in Jerusalem, and for about 150 years, researchers and archaeologists were looking for the theater unsuccessfully.
סר צ'ארלס וורן, הוא היה הארכיאולוג והחוקר הראשון שגילה את מערכת מנהרות הכותל. פיר אחד הוא חופר למרגלות הכותל המערבי, ופיר שני הוא חופר בדיוק במקום שאני יושב פה. מה שאתם יכולים לראות, את הקרקוב הזה, את הדבר הזה, משום מה, צ'ארלס וורן פספס לפני כ-150 שנה.
During the excavations, a complete surprise was exposing in the center of the excavation area a theater-like structure, the first of its kind to be exposed in Jerusalem.
In year 70, the temple was destroyed, and the city changed from a Jewish city into a Roman city. Part of those changes was also these entertainment or leisure buildings, which is expected to find in every Roman city.
We know theaters or theater-like structures are mentioned in historical sources. For example, in Josephus. I don't know if that's the same building that's mentioned in these historical sources, but what we have begun to uncover is the importance of the city, which had basic Roman functional structures such as theaters or theater-like complexes in Jerusalem, known as Ilia Capitolina at the time.
There are a few elements here that give us some hints that this building was never completed. We see some of the staircases aren't carved completely. There's a pilaster here carved on the wall of the orchestra of the theater-like structure. We see that on one side it's completed. Over here we see that someone marked where the carving should have been done, but it was never completed.
It's possible that the building was never finished in relation to the Bar Kokhba revolt. Perhaps they began to build the structure, the Bar Kokhba revolt erupts, and they leave the structure unfinished, not returning to it.
החפירה בקשת ווילסון היא אבן דרך מאוד מאוד משמעותית, שאני מקווה שהחפירה הזו תסייע לנו בקידום התוכנית הכוללת על מנת שנזכה לראות את ירושלים הקדומה בתפארתה.
We had the opportunity to work with youth groups that came to volunteer in the excavations. The Israel Antiquities Authority has put forth a major point in not only exposing Jerusalem's past, but also making sure that we pass that on to future generations. These groups, of course, were very excited with the structures that they were exposing, particularly the Western Wall, which is a symbol for everyone who worked here.